3 things I wish I'd learned about mixing. Number 1 is stop mixing in solo. This is the biggest mistake I used to make when I first started mixing, which is that I would solo each of the channels, make them all sound good individually, but then at the end when I'm playing it all together, I can't make them all fit together, I can't make it sound good. And that's because you shouldn't be doing that. Ultimately, what a track sounds like individually does not matter. It's all about how it sounds holistically. That's why it's called mixing. By all means, if you can hear like a pop or some artifact or something that you're trying to get rid of, then solo it. Or for example, you can hear a problem frequency in one specific track, then it would make sense to solo it. But in general, when you're applying effects, anything like that, you want to hear it in the full context of the mix, so you can understand how what you're doing affects the mix altogether. Number 2 is to level match your effects. So let's say you've set your initial levels and you're beginning to add effects. I'm going to use compression as an example for this. The signal that's coming out of the compressor should be the same level as the signal going into the compressor. A mistake I used to make with compression specifically is in using auto gain. The issue with that is it never corrects it by the right amount, so you're going to end up with the signal after it's being compressed being louder. This can very easily trick you into thinking you're hearing the compressor doing something that it's not actually doing, and it also throws off all the levels you've already set. If your levels don't match, another problem that introduces is that if you want to A-B it, that is, you want to hear what it sounds like bypassed and not bypassed, when you turn it off and on, the level of the signal is going to change, and that's going to make it impossible for you to actually hear accurately what that effect is doing. That doesn't just apply to compression either, by the way. Any sort of distortion, saturation, limiter, RC20, any kind of effects plugin at all, you should generally always level match it. It makes your life so much easier. And finally, the third thing is to use your ears, not a formula. I think often it's tempting, if you've seen somebody do something that works, to then copy it in all of your productions, but mixing is always contextual. So for example, you may have watched a video where someone cut out all the unnecessary low-end information on everything except the kick and the bass, and that gave the low end more clarity, and you think, okay, cool, I'm going to do that in all of my productions. But there are no universal rules in mixing, so you shouldn't just think I'm going to do it the same way every time. For all you know, without listening to it, in your track, that low end information might be what glues the bass and the piano together, for example. It all varies completely depending on the track you're producing, which is why you have to use your ears